Hi, my name is Drew Paget, and this is the tale of the colony of Georgia. Yes, the colony. This takes place before the Articles of Confederation and the abolishment of said document to create the Constitution that we know and love today. First off, the colony of Georgia, named after King George II, was established in 1732 by a man of the name James Oglethorpe. Yes, I know, kind of a mouthful, but the colony was established as a buffer against Spanish Florida. One of the resident trustees, named James Oglethorpe, he kind of made sure the defense of the colony were great, and he was a philanthropist who wanted to make Georgia a safe haven for people who didn't fit in across the other colonies. The first town in Georgia was named Savannah, and it was established in 1733, and it was near the mouth of the Savannah River, and it had 120 initial residences. After they got their start, many people began to migrate to Georgia. Protestant refugees from Austria, Germany, and German areas were the first, making Georgia more German, while other Welsh and Scottish peoples came later to make it more of a diverse area or a cosmopolitan area. Today, it's just a memoir to the past. Later, Georgia's philanthropic side died, and they strived to develop silk and wine. Landholdings were limited to 500 acres, rum was forbidden, and slavery was illegal. That was because of security. They were afraid things might get stolen or things might get damaged. These standards didn't stay long though, because James Oglethorpe left, and with him these regulations, because they were kind of against what the people wanted, and since the person that was against what the people wanted wasn't there, they're like, hey, we can do whatever we want. So they had rum, they had slaves, and they had more land than 500 acres. Georgia also needed a way to make money. Their main exports were indigo and rice, which initially were on slaveless farms, but since the slave laws are gone, they were now slave-made. Georgia also stole ideas from other colonies, such as the idea to have diseases. They had malaria, measles, or the mumps. These diseases led in a population thinning, which led only one of every 3 original residents remaining. So it wasn't very good for anybody. They also stole formal education. School, everybody loved school, but this school was just for boys, because females grew up to be wives, and therefore they did house chores, ran errands, and took care of the kids during the day. So usually it was either the dad, or maybe if the mom got educated, the mom, but also a private tutor that they hired to teach the kids. After they got done with their initial education, when they were teenagers, they could go on to college or England for further education. There was also kind of a caste system in Georgia. First, you had the government officials who were rich, wealthy, and paid for, and they ran the colony. Then you had the middlings, who were your middle class, and they did the regular jobs such as artisans, teachers, and religious leaders. Next, you had farmers who grew and raised the food, like the livestock. Then you had the African population, which were kind of the bottom of the list, and they were your free slaves and house slaves and field slaves, and they were this way because they didn't have the money nor the structure to be as rich as some of the people that had been there for a while and worked in slavery. Now it's time for a recap. First, Georgia was settled by a trustee who liked to control the lives of others. Then they built a town named Savannah, and it's ethnically diverse, and the types of people that they had. It was a good place where people earned money, and it was kind of the central location of the colony. Next, good old James left for England, and so did his laws. They made all the alcohol they wanted and did good in the indigo and rice industry while drinking their rum. And they were also diseased and educated, but like I said before, still loving their alcohol. And then finally they were separated and unequally, both powerfully and monetarily, because that's just how things ended up happening. Because money, power, yay! This has been Flash Course by Drew Paget.